Guys, this is the second time. This is the second time this week. I forgot to plug in. Forgot to plug in. Vegas can celebrate. Congrats, Vegas. You got a quick one. You got a quick one. Still, are you guys for real? Still no audio? Let me know if you can hear me right now. Let me know if you can hear me right now. All right, we're back. We're back, baby. Lock in. Uh, no TikTok stream today. You know what they do? They take down the TikTok stream. Classic, typical Vegas. They're doing their thing. Classic, typical. But we're locked in here. We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter right now. Shout out everyone who wants to get in right now. Went against your own college yesterday. Got to Toledo, but bet go to Toledo, but bet on OU. Hey, you probably made a lot more money than your friends yesterday. I'm sure everyone was betting on the home squad, and you said, I'm actually more interested in making a bag right now. Yep, Rexio spitting facts. All right, let's talk. Let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about props. Let's talk about you and I. Let's talk about props. Let's talk about what damn. My screen's all over the place. Let's talk about touchdown scores. Let's talk about what we like in the game. I'm gonna get this. So the video drops in a little bit. The video drops in a little bit. I'll get into this all. But we're doing an alt line. We're doing an alt line play for tonight's game. Okay. This is on FanDuel. If you need the link, shoot me a link. I'll get you a sign up for that, a bonus bet for that, whatever. But this is a two-leg alt line parlay. What we're doing is under 44 and a half, and we're doing Steelers money line. So I guess it's on alt, but we're not going with the spread. So it's Steelers money line and under 44 and a half. Steelers money line under 44 and a half. Why do I feel like the weather won't actually matter? I don't know why you feel that way because weather always matters in football. I think that this is it's two kind of ground and pound type teams. The Steelers pass the ball, but they don't really do chunk plays. It's conservative passing. It's still blocking oriented. It's still, is ground and pound as a run game can be, to be totally honest. Um, Shifting this screen a little bit, make you guys see me better. We're figuring it out. Feelings aren't always reality. Rexio spitting facts, wise beyond his years. Um, yeah, so these are two physical teams. All right, we moved in the wrong direction. It's okay, guys. We're getting back. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. Vegas is trying to interfere, but we're figuring it out. So we're taking an alt. Do I like Georgia Tech? Not focused on Browns money line. That's not hitting. Steelers money line under 44 and a half. Two leg parlay minus 105. 3.15 units to win 3 units. It's what we're on tonight. That is what we're riding with. Let's talk about some touchdown scores. So yeah, the read behind that is pretty straightforward, right? It's pretty straightforward. We're just kind of giving ourselves a little bit of juice on either side. Listen, my primetime playlist is 17-5 this season. 17-5. And I would say in about we're probably 4-1 when we do an alt line on the over under side we want, combined with a money line on the favorite. Najee over rushing attempts. Look at his rushing attempts in bad weather. Yeah, that's looking like a great one. Chubb ATD. Chubb will get his opportunities, but I don't know. I don't know if he gets in. That's a really good defense. I mean, they didn't give up a touchdown. No, they gave up one touchdown. Steelers money line: Pickens 70 plus, Wilson 250 plus 1100. DJ absolutely not, bro. Why Wilson plus 250 and Pickens plus 70? So I like the Steelers money line obviously, but to go with a Pickens 70 plus, Wilson 250 plus, I don't know about that, man. In the cold, gross weather, you think that it's going to be an above average passing day for Wilson, receiving day for Pickens. I get that it kind of goes hand in hand, but it goes hand in hand kind of against the game flow and projection for this game. And I'm not trying to talk shit. Like I just want to hear you out. I want to understand. If people are cooking up parlays, I'm all for it. I want to hear it, but give me a decent reason. Give me a decent reason. We can talk it through. It's about finding value. Also, real quick, so I've got a free Telegram. It's in my links if you want to get on there. Free Telegram. Okay. I'm going to drop a lot of plays today. We're going to have some long shots cooked up. We're going to have some interesting stuff cooked up. I got a lot of free bets that I'm giving away, bonus bets for signing up on books, things like that. We're going to be doing an underdog parlay. We're going to be doing a same game parlay. We're going to be doing, the free play I talked about already. I'm doing a lot of free stuff in the free Telegram today, so definitely join that. Get involved. We are on a 3-day winning streak, looking to make it 4 days in a row, and I'm 17-5 on this primetime playlist. Boosted so you sprinkled it. Have one with Wilson, 175, Pickens 56. That one's a little better, but yeah, boosted for a reason. That's usually the case. Usually the case. So sportsbooks will boost something if people are taking the opposite side heavily. So the boosts. This is something. Really pay attention to what I'm about to say, and I'm speaking loudly because I'm a little bit away from the mic. But listen very closely to what I'm about to say. That's a fact. Um, People think that boosts are a trap, and they somewhat are, but it's not a trap in the sense that, oh, they're making it a boost and this play is going to miss. They're making it a boost because sports books are trying to dodge liability. They're trying to balance action at least to a reasonable extent. They don't mind having a side, but they don't want to be ultra exposed on one side. So if you're boosting a Russ Wilson over, that's probably because people are hammering Russ Wilson over. So they bring a lot more money to the over. It also means you're bringing a lot more money to the over. It's going to shift the underline and make it a little bit different. Okay, they don't have anyone on the over. They need to get people on the over, so they boost the over. Two, three legs. That's just them making it interesting, making it juicy. Sometimes it's just to push parlays because parlays are like 80% of the profit from sports books. A lot of times people are like, well, the books really need the Steelers to lose. The books really need the Browns to cover. The books really need whatever. The book's liability oftentimes isn't super, super, super baked into just a straight outcome. Obviously, it is for major games. Obviously, it is for like fights. You talk about the Paul Tyson fight where they needed Jake Paul to win, and obviously it was rigged and was automatic. But the liability is heavily baked into parlays, but it's spread out drastically. So that's why the books are safe, because all you need is one leg to miss. And then when someone hits a big one, they use that as free promotion. Like the guy who hit the 117K 3-leg first touchdown score parlay. I don't bet hockey heavily, but if you're on SoBet, where I post all my plays, you can filter the app by sport, and you can get it. I'm gonna show this real quick. I know. I've got people on the YouTube and Twitch stream and the Twitter stream that can see my screen. I'm gonna show you this real quick if you're on SoBet. So this is what the feed looks like. You see the leaderboard. You see everyone's plays on the feed. You see my plays right here. If you want my plays, I'm not going to show you right now because no free promo. But you see all my plays every single day. You just go to my account. You see my plays. You lock in the action. Very, very simple. But if you also, and this is no additional cost, this is accessible to anyone who signs up for my plays. It's less than $15 a month. Lock it in. Get in there right now. Best investment you could make. But if you just wanna look at a different sport like golf, I don't put out golf plays. All right, you see what they're posting for golf. You want to filter by a different sport? Okay, let me see what's going on with NHL. So I'll give you the first NHL play. I don't know NHL for the most part. There's occasional when I'll collab with another capper, I'll get some decent inside information. I'll put out an NHL play because of that. But for the most part, I don't personally cap NHL. But if I just go to this, we see what's the play here. This guy's going Panthers money line with Lundell to record over 1.5 shots on goal, same game parlay plus 102, 2 units to win 204. I don't know if that's a good play or not, but I know this guy's successful in hockey, and that's the play he put out. Dusty Picks, he's been one of the best hockey cappers. Look at his recap yesterday, went 4-4, so that's a down day for him. You know, You do parlays and still pay for VIP. The great picks and analysts won 5.3 off of 200 for mostly PD's bets on parlay. Hell yeah, Rexio! I remember when you smacked that. That was fire. That was awesome. All right, guys, you want to cook up? You guys want to cook up an underdog parlay right now? You guys want to cook up a same game parlay for tonight's Thursday night football? I know we're not live on TikTok today, so views are kind of light. But let me know right now. Let me know in the comments right now if you want to cook up an underdog parlay for tonight, and we'll cook it up, and I'll drop the link in my free Telegram. I'll post it on my Instagram story, all that stuff. Get involved. But yeah, that's what we're doing right here, right now. Let me know what you want to do. If we get 5 people, to say underdog, we'll do it. Cheers, Brett. Going to be a field goal fest today. Interesting. Rexio says underdog. We got one. I need 4 more underdog comments for us to go cook up an underdog slip. I'm going to drop it in the free Telegram right after this so everyone can just link right to it. I'm actually going to drop I'm going to drop a free bonus bet in there as well. You know. Also, in my links, I just added a ton of free bonus bets in my links for anyone that wants to get involved. I just added a ton of free bonus bets, no strings attached. You just hop on, you sign up, you get the bonus bets. I added it for like just about everything. So if you want to get that, highly recommend. That's in my links. It filters by like where you're at and everything that's available to you, so you can just see all the available freebies. All right, we're gonna put off the underdog for right now. We're gonna get deeper into the game. Let me know if you have specific questions on this spot. The play that I like is Steelers money line parlayed with under 44.5. We think it's going to be a ground and pound run game. The Steelers have been great. The Steelers are a way better coached team. Yeah, Rexio, I hear that. It's never going to really pop on Instagram. It pops good on TikTok, but I'm banned from TikTok for 2 more days. Just classic stuff. How it goes. Um, yeah. Whatever's clever, underdog says alumni. But yeah, the main play that we like, is the Steelers money line parlayed with the alt line under 44.5 because we think it's going to be good. We think that it's interdivisional, so that's usually closer. We have a massive coaching advantage on the Steelers, so when you're playing familiar opponents, especially on a short week, the massive coaching advantage really plays in. That's a massive favor to the Steelers. They're a more physical team. They're a better defensive team. They're a better running team. They're a better short-range passing team. You know, Jameis can rip the long ball every once in a while. He's super turnover prone. He's super all over the place, blind, letting it rip. That might be better for a shootout if you need to get a little bit lucky. It doesn't help for a bad weather. We need a focused run game. Chubb is back, but he hasn't really done much since he's been back. 1-2 double out. That's a fact. That is a fact, and we're considering that, but I don't think it really. I think that's more based off coincidence and factors that aren't really relevant in this specific matchup. It's good to look at the past stats, past matchups, and understand those sorts of things. So I like what you're doing, but I don't think it's going to be a massive factor in this game today. By the way, if you want all the plays every single day, they're in my links on SoBet. I got a full card up. We're on a 3-day win streak. We're going for 4. Steelers money line under 44.5. That's it. 1-2 double O. That is what I said. We're going to pin that comment because that's what we're riding on. Steelers money line says Empire card breaks. Yes, agreed. Steelers money line. Agreed. But we are parlaying that money line with an under 44.5. People asking about Georgia Tech tonight. -9's a tough spot. I'm probably leaving that one alone. Purdue at plus 420 against Michigan State. Purdue has come close to coming through on some long shot dog spots, but they never get the job done. I wonder if I could alt them at like +3 at +300 or something like that. Yeah. Let's go 1-2 double O. Let's stack. Steelers just be a top 3 offense. I doubt they'll struggle against the Browns. Yeah. The Steelers are legit. I put them as my 5th best team in my NFL power rankings. A lot of people got upset about that, if we're being real. Not my problem. But yeah, having them as the 5th best team in the NFL. I go Lions, Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, and then I go Steelers. And everyone wants me to put Steelers ahead of Ravens because they beat the Ravens, but it's not that simple. It's just not. Defense wins games. That's a fact. Yeah, I don't think the Steelers. The reason I don't think the Steelers are quite a Super Bowl contender is I just don't see them getting through the 3 teams that they need to get through. And they're 8-2, so they're only a game back on the Chiefs. They're technically not out of the race for the 1 seed. It's a really tough road ahead for them on that. I don't think they play the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a pretty easy rest of the schedule. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull up the Chiefs schedule. So they got the Panthers. That's free. They got the Panthers. They got the Raiders, which like something weird could happen. It's 3 o'clock the day after Thanksgiving, which is prone for weirdness. But you know, and we got Chargers, Chiefs. The Chargers definitely could beat the Chiefs. Chiefs, Browns, doubt it. Texans could beat the Chiefs, but doubt it. And then the Chiefs. Okay, so the Chiefs do play the Steelers on Christmas. So there's a world if both teams have won out at that point, the Steelers will be a game back on the Chiefs, and they can play them for head to head and to cover that. And then the Chiefs finish with the Broncos, who Broncos are getting better and better. Bo Nix is getting better and better. The Broncos are sneaky. I think the Chiefs were a lucky 9-1 or a 9-0 going into that loss to the Bills. I think they probably lose 2 games. I think the Chiefs are probably going to be 14-3. I think the Bills are probably going to be 14-3 or 13-4. So the Bills have the 49ers and the Lions as their 2 toughest matchups. Those are 2 really good teams. I know the Niners are only 5-5 and all that, but that's 2 good teams. Um, yeah, I am very after the way the Bills beat the Chiefs. And again, I don't think the Chiefs, everyone wants to talk about the Bills can't get past the Chiefs and all that. I think that's bullshit. The way they consistently handle them in the regular season, consistently lose by 1-score games. I think that's more coincidence than anything, and they're just always going to play tight. But I don't think the Chiefs are as good this year as they are last year. I know they started out with a much better record and all that. I just don't see it. And they just don't. Mahomes just doesn't look that good. We're 10 games in. It's not a 3-game, 4-game thing. We're 10 games in. Obviously, the possibility is always there. They step up. But I think the Bills, they played pretty poorly against the Ravens. So I don't think that they were that outmatched by the Ravens. But the Ravens are a bad matchup for them. The Ravens are going to be the toughest team in the AFC for the Bills to get past. So if the Bills end up with, let's say, the 2 seed and they play a team, they probably start out with not a pushover, but a kind of unimpressive team like, I don't know, maybe the Broncos. They could face a team like the Broncos or the Texans, who they did lose to in a really sloppy bad game. Um, let me look at the AFC standings right now. Actually, um, yeah, they probably face a team like the Broncos or the Texans, or a team that sneaks in like the Colts or maybe the Chargers. Probably not the Chargers the way this plays out. And then they face a team like the Ravens. In an ideal world for the Bills, the Chiefs and the Ravens play each other, and the Chiefs beat the Ravens, and the Bills play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship at home. Now, for it to be at home, the Bills probably have to win. Mm, I don't know, 6 out of 7, maybe 5 out of 7, but probably 6 out of 7. Yeah, they probably can't lose 2 games. Um, yeah. Anyway, in the NFC, I think the Lions just roll. I think the Lions roll. I think the Steelers or not the Steelers, the 49ers have a really tough time even making it into the playoffs at this point. So I think they're a dangerous team, but I don't think they make the playoffs. They're 5-5. They probably need to go 5-2 to make it through, but they have a really tough schedule ahead. They play the Bills, they play the Lions, they play, I think, the Eagles. I'd have to double check. But yeah, let's look at the NFC standings. I still have a lot of questions around the Eagles. I don't really know how much to fear them. I think the Lions beat them pretty handily. The Cardinals are interesting, but I don't think the Cardinals do anything. The 49ers, Seahawks, and Rams are all 5-5. That's going to be the NFC West is going to be so interesting. The Vikings don't scare me. The Packers have a high upside. I think the Packers are the best team capable of beating the Lions, but I still had the Lions easily beating the Packers, and they did. So I think that if Jordan Love absolutely balled out and you had a really nice game plan, you didn't make any mistakes, um, but I would put the Lions probably like 5-point favorites at home against the Packers, maybe even 6. The Falcons, I had better expectations than they've executed so far, but they're still atop the NFC South, and they're atop the NFC South with, not great records behind them. The Panthers are trash. The Saints are trash. The Bucks are not trash, but they're 4-6. The Bears have really fallen off. And the Commanders, I don't think the Commanders have any shot at beating the Lions. I think the Commanders are a one-win playoff team. I think the Seahawks, the Rams, the whole NFC West is like kind of higher ceiling higher ceiling than they've performed so far, but more mistake prone teams. The Cowboys are just too solid to lose to teams like that. Yeah, Steelers money line parlayed with the under 44.5. Warren over 60 plus rush plus reception. I don't mind that, Duke. I think that's a decent play. Decent value in that spot. Obviously the Cowboys are 3-7. God. Have they lost 6 in a row? Where are they at? 5 in a row? That's so bad, dude. Yeah. It's really the Eagles and then if the 49ers could make it through, those are really the only threats in the NFC. So I think the Lions are going to cruise to the 1 seed. Let me look at their schedule. So they play the Bears, they'll beat the Bears, they'll beat the Colts. They play the Packers again. They could lose that. They play the Bills. They could lose that. They beat the Bears. They could lose to the 49ers. They could lose to the Vikings. So, there's 4 spots: the Bills, the Packers, the Vikings, and the 49ers. There's 4 spots where the Lions could lose. I don't see them losing either game to the Bears. I don't see them losing to the Colts. So they probably finish 14-3 or 15-2. Top 3 leans to cover this weekend. Let's talk about that in a second. Yeah, we can talk about that now. It's a little too early to get into the playoffs. I'm thinking too far ahead. Just kind of wanting to see how this play out because I want to see if the Eagles have any shot. They're only a game back. They're only a game back, and they play the Rams. The Ravens is going to be tough. They play the Panthers easy. Steelers going to be tough. Commanders, they already beat them. The Cowboys trash. The Giants trash. So the Eagles definitely could finish 14-3. 14-3, maybe 13-4. I could see them losing to the Commanders second time around. I could see them losing to the Rams. I think they lose to the Ravens. They're not going to lose to the Panthers. I think they lose to the Steelers, but that's really close. They're at home. They're probably like a 2-point favorite. They're a little slept on because of how hard they fell off last year and people not taking Sirianni seriously. But the Eagles are probably 13-4, 14-3. If the Eagles fight to 14-3, they could end up tied with the Lions. So yeah, it's interesting. The Eagles have a chance at the 1 seed, but I would say Lions are probably like 80% to get the 1 seed, even though they're only a game up on the Eagles. And the teams just don't see each other. So yeah, the Eagles definitely have an easier schedule the rest of the way than Lions. All right, let's talk about early leans on this week. Coming up on football on Sunday. Again, I'll drop the full card on SoBet on Saturday night. I drop free plays every single day in my free Telegram. It's in my links. I'm dropping free bonus bets today in the Telegram as well. Free $100 bets, $150 bets, $500 bets. A lot of bonus money thrown around in there. I'll probably do a giveaway at some point. I'm doing a lot of stuff for the people. So get in the free Telegram. Great community, great vibes, and most importantly, great plays. All right. Commanders plus -10 against the Cowboys is not bad because this offense will put up points. I think the best play on the board is probably going to be the Commanders team total over. Let me look real quick. I think we looked at that already. It was like at 27.5, over 27.5 at like -115, and I think that's a good play. But I'll have to get into it more. The only way they don't is if it's, no, they're covering the team total over. All right, Bucks Giants. Bucks -5.5. Weird spot. DeVito's getting the start. I like the Bucks -5.5. Vikings -3.5 against the Bears. I kind of lean Bears, but that's probably a stay away spot. Yeah, Commanders probably cover, but I prefer the Commanders team total over. Titans Texans. I like the Texans. Probably alt that to -7. The Titans have been blown out many, many times. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case again. Texans just blew out the Cowboys. The Titans just got blown out by the Lions. But I would still maybe buy that hook. Chiefs at -11 against the Panthers is just a really gross line. I do think the Chiefs come out with a little bit of a vengeance after getting handed their first loss. And it's a question mark game. It's just tough that they're playing, such a shitty team after that loss to the Bills. Even if they're playing like a medium team. Even if they were playing the Dolphins after that week, just to see how they come out with some level of competition. Do they really step on the gas and respond to that loss, or are they kind of floating through? But they play the Panthers, who, they're just such a bad team. How else do you do but float through? If they beat the Panthers by 28 points, it's like, okay, it's the Panthers. Anyway, Lions -7 against the Colts. I love the way the Lions stomp on teams. The Colts defense isn't that bad. I probably lean Lions -7, but we'll see. Patriots +7.5 now against the Dolphins. I do like that. I just bet it. Oops. Broncos -6 against the Raiders. I probably lean Broncos. Yeah, I like the Broncos in that spot. They've been slept on. They've been undervalued the whole season. Pretty much since like week 4 or something. That was the last time I was going to fade Bo Nix. Um, I'm not saying I'll always bet the Broncos, but that line spread always cashes. Yeah, line spread's been a cash cow. Lions spread has been a cash cow. Commanders team totals has been a pretty big cash cow. Unders in the Steelers game, not doing it tonight, doing the outline. Unders in Chargers games has been really strong. Fortunately, didn't do it on Monday night. Um, Taking the Pats plus the points has been successful. 4-point dogs, like the Colts is a dog. Yeah, Rex. Yeah, bro. If the Bengals had finished the job, I would have been up 5K. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. The Cards as dogs has been a cash cow. They're tiny bit dogs here. It's -104. That's basically a pick 'em. Niners Packers. Packers -2.5. I think the Niners I could alt that to 3, but the Niners money line has not been a cash cow. Fortunately, I've been staying away. Eagles -3 against the Rams is not bad. Sunday Night Football. I could see the Rams cooking up something. That's going to be a good game to watch. I'll tell you that much. And then, Ravens Chargers. So, off the top of my head, obviously you'll get the picks when I drop them, Rexio. I know you're in the VIP. I know you're going to get the picks when I put them out. But off the top of my head right now, don't hold me to these because I haven't done the research to really lock in these plays. But off the top of my head, spreads I like. Top 3 are going to be Broncos -6, Pats +7.5, and then Texans -7. Um, yeah, with honorable mention goes to Bucks -5.5, Lions -7, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But we'll get into it. Yeah, it's gonna be a big weekend. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a big weekend. We have missed the life-changing parlay by one leg 5 times. We've hit it twice, so we're profitable. We could lose every single week the rest of the year, which we won't, and still be profitable on the season. So we covered our ass in terms of that. But yeah, I feel good about hitting that. I'm also cooking up a Saturday parlay. We're gonna get great lines because I'm doing it through Profit X. They're gonna give us a special market on it. So fired up for all that. All right, stay tuned for everything I'm doing. I'm giving away free bets. I'm maybe giving away money in the Telegram today. I'm giving away a free play in the Telegram today. On my YouTube, which is Pick'em on my YouTube, I'm posting the play of the week, of the night, which is 17-5 on that YouTube playlist. 17-5. Think about that. Think about that with your little noggin. All right? Just saying. All right, lock in, gang. Love all you stuff for the ones I hate. Cheers. Follow me. Check out all the stuff I talked about.